Beneath the ground we walk on are the remains of countless forgotten worlds, civilizations that rose, thrived, and collapsed long before any written record. Archaeologists dedicate their lives to uncovering these places. But sometimes a discovery carries something far older, far darker, and far more disturbing than history books are willing to explain. Tonight, we are exploring a collection of archaeological finds surrounded by legends of sickness, madness, shattered lives, and events that even modern researchers cannot fully explain. These are the cursed discoveries that schools do not teach. Prepare yourself. Number 1. The Screaming Mummy of Deir el-Bahri. At a tomb in Deir el-Bahri, Egyptian investigators found a mummy unlike any seen before. The body was contorted in a pose of horror, the mouth wide open, the head tilted back. The expression frozen in what looked like an eternal scream. When the wrappings were removed, the mummy had no name or markings, no royal seals, no inscriptions, nothing that could identify the man inside. Researchers discovered that the mummy had been buried in lime rather than resin, which was done only to punish criminals who were denied a peaceful afterlife. The curse began when several people who handled the body became sick with unexplained fevers. A photographer who tried to capture close-ups of the face reported nightmares of the figure screaming loudly in his ear. Workers refused to stay in the room with the mummy for more than a few minutes. The identity of the screaming mummy remains a mystery. Some believe he was a prince who betrayed his family. Others think he was buried alive. Whatever happened, the expression on his face has never been explained. Number 2. The Deadly Tomb of Casimir IV. In 1973, a team of Polish archaeologists opened the sarcophagus of King Casimir IV inside Wawel Cathedral in Krakow. The tomb had remained sealed for almost 500 years. It was considered one of the most important royal burials in Europe, so the researchers prepared for a careful and respectful excavation. No one expected what happened next. Within weeks of opening the tomb, several members of the team began to fall dangerously ill. At first, it seemed like coincidence, but the deaths continued. Within a short period, almost every person who had direct exposure to the interior of the coffin became sick, and many of them died. Doctors eventually investigated the cause. Deep inside the wooden coffin, researchers had unknowingly disturbed a deadly fungus known as Aspergillus flavus. The spores had been sealed in the dark, humid environment for centuries, growing undisturbed. Once the tomb was opened, the fungus was released into the air, entering the lungs of the archaeologists before anyone realized the danger. The fungus produces potent toxins that cause organ failure. The symptoms matched exactly what the excavation team experienced. The press quickly labeled the incident a royal curse. Many in Poland believed the king's spirit was punishing anyone who violated his rest. Even after the scientific explanation became known, the deaths happened so quickly and so consistently that the legend of a curse only grew stronger. Modern researchers still cite the tomb of Casimir IV as one of the most dangerous archaeological openings in history. To this day, his sarcophagus is treated with extreme caution, and the event remains one of the most chilling examples of a real discovery with very real consequences. Number 3. The Tomb That Screams. In 1982, archaeologists exploring a network of ancient burial sites in southern China opened a narrow stone chamber sealed shut with layers of hardened tree resin. The resin was applied so thickly that researchers instantly knew something unusual had taken place. When the chamber was first opened, the team reported hearing a low moaning sound that seemed to rise from inside the stone. Some described it like air rushing through a tiny gap. Others claimed it sounded more like a human voice. Inside the chamber was a single skeleton posed in an unnatural twisted position. There were scratch marks on the stone walls around the remains. Scientists explained the moaning sound as trapped air escaping. But witnesses maintain that the sound was too long, too varied, and too human. The site has since been closed to the public. Local folklore warns that opening sealed tombs containing resin is forbidden because the resin was used to silence restless spirits. No official explanation has ever been given. Number 4. The Black Coffin of Alexandria. In 2018, a massive black granite sarcophagus was discovered during construction in Alexandria, Egypt. It was one of the largest ever found, unmarked, untouched, and sealed so tightly that experts believed opening it would be dangerous. Rumors spread fast. Some said it belonged to an ancient conqueror. Others said it held a curse. As authorities lifted the lid, a foul, suffocating stench poured out. Inside were 3 skeletons, floating in reddish-brown sewage water that had leaked into the chamber over centuries. Soon after the discovery, several workers suffered sudden illnesses. A few reported intense nightmares and visions of drowning. Online rumors grew so massive that Egyptian officials issued a statement assuring the public that no curse had been released. Yet many archaeologists found the sarcophagus unsettling because it contained no inscriptions, no names, no funerary markings, nothing to indicate who the bodies belonged to. For a burial of that size, the complete absence of identification is considered extremely unusual. Some believe the coffin was intentionally erased from history. Number 5. The Cursed Tablets of Dolic. Deep in modern-day Turkey, a set of ancient curse tablets was found near a Roman sanctuary. The thin sheets of lead contained angry inscriptions. Some demanded revenge. Others called upon dark deities to inflict misery and madness on rivals. Several researchers who handled the tablets reported headaches and nosebleeds. One historian fainted during examination and refused to return to the site. While the symptoms may have physical explanations, local workers insisted the tablets were cursed. They claimed anyone who touched them would attract misfortune. The tablets are now kept under controlled conditions, not for supernatural reasons, but because lead is toxic. Yet the legends remain. The sanctuary itself is considered one of the most spiritually charged sites in the region. Number 6. The Longbone Idol of Siberia. In the depths of Siberia, hunters discovered a carved bone figure buried under a collapsed shelter. The idol had an elongated head, large hollowed eyes, and a tightly clenched jaw that seemed frozen in anger. Folklore in the area described a guardian spirit that punished anyone who trespassed on sacred land. Several members of the discovery team fell mysteriously ill within weeks. Others reported seeing the same figure in their dreams, standing over their bed, watching them. No scientific explanation has fully accounted for the idol's origin. Some believe it dates back more than 10,000 years. Others think it belongs to an unknown culture that vanished without leaving any trace. The idol now remains locked inside a remote museum vault. Visitors are not allowed to view it. Whether these objects are cursed or simply misunderstood, one thing is clear. Ancient people took great care to seal certain items away. They carved warnings, they created rituals, and they hid more than they revealed. Modern science explains many things, but it cannot explain why so many of the people who found these artifacts experienced sickness, fear, nightmares, and events they refused to speak about. Perhaps some discoveries were never meant to be unearthed. Or perhaps we are still uncovering chapters of human history that carry the weight of powerful beliefs, beliefs that do not simply disappear with time. There are countless artifacts still buried beneath the earth, and some of them are sealed for a reason. Thank you so much for watching. For more intriguing stories like this, please like and subscribe. Until next time, please stay safe out there, and as always, stay weird.